Hello, welcome to the show, and I've got an American guest for you today. It's Greg SCHABER, aka Mike Spinner, SCHABER Craig. Michael, you're very welcome to the show.
you know. And I want to say thanks again for having me on this interview. And until next time.
Okay, just got a few general questions for you today, so feel free, as I said, to elaborate any time in this channel. No rush. What was your first ever job, or tell us about the job you had, or have now?
Okay, what was the first job I ever had? Well, the very first job I ever had was back when I was in high school. I worked for my school. And I worked in what they call our weight room, where the football players and, the athletes could go in and work out. I had to go in there and clean up, the weight room. I had to sweep the floors, and I had to go in and clean the press box in the stadium, and had to go and put like the paint on the football field, and just different things. It was a pretty fun job, but that was the very, very, very first job I ever had. So that was my first job. Um,
What are your hobbies outside of YouTube and online life, etc.? I know you're online a lot, but what's the plenty things outside of YouTube?
you know, uh, what are my hobbies outside of YouTube and online? Well, some of my hobbies outside of YouTube and that is, you know I love to do jigsaw puzzles. I love to do models, put models together. I love to read. I guess that you can consider that as a hobby. um, I love to fly kites, spend time with my child. That's not really a hobby, but it's things that I enjoy. I love to do. But puzzles, models, um, you know things that I enjoy doing. I love to read. um, I collect comic books. I collect some old coins, you know and different things. So that's one things that I like to do.
Tell us about your town or city you live in. Feel free to elaborate as no limits here. So tell us about your town or city, please. I'd like to hear more about where you live.
Tell us about the town you live in. Feel free. Okay, I'm gonna tell me. I'll tell you about the town that I live in. Okay, well, the town that I live in is. If you'd like to know about the town, it's a small town. Not much goes on here, but the town I live in was is famous for one of our presidents. Warren G. Harding lived here in my town. They've got his memorial, and they've got his house here. Well, for those of you that don't know, he actually was the one that started our newspaper here in my hometown. So, Warren G. Harding was the name that the one that started our newspaper, and our high school is named after him in my hometown. So, but you know, there's not really much that goes on here. I mean, we don't really have like that much of interest for tourists. I mean, it's not really like a big tourist attraction. I mean, it's just basically a hole in the earth, and that's basically all that it is. It's just a city with people, and that's it. I mean, it's not like New York where you can take and you sit and you see people out on the streets at rush hour. Well, here in my town, it's not like that. you know, you go walking down the street or whatever. In my town, the cops will stop you and ask you why you're walking down the street. It's like it's a crime to walk down the street. I mean, I ride my bicycle to my job every day. And it seems like every morning I get stopped by a cop, and it's like they're asking me, what am I doing? Why am I out this early in the morning going to work? Or why am I out this early in the morning? Am I stealing or what? It's like people are afraid to go out in my hometown and walk the streets or be uptown because the cops run them off. So there's not much interesting here. I mean, we've got malls like you guys have, like everybody else has. You know, we have shopping centers, we have restaurants. It's not really much that interesting here. There's not too much here.
I believe you're a published author. Can you tell us more about that? Maybe show us some of your books. Tell us what that's like. How did that go?
And, you know, I gotta say that yes, I am an author, and I'd like to show you my books that I have. This is my first one, My Wonderful Book of Poetry, Volume 1, by Craig SCHABER. That's me. That's the first one. Here's my second one. Same title, My Wonderful Book of Poetry, Volume 2. And a lot of people ask me, is that Jesus on the front of that book? And I'm going to tell them yes. I have to tell them yes because it is. And this is number 3, My Wonderful Book of Poetry, Volume 3. Well, I will tell you, you can get them. They are available at Amazon.com. So, if you would like to order them, feel free to do so. They are at Amazon.com. You know, I don't have extra copies that I can send to people. I wish I did, but I don't. So you can get them. You can get them at Amazon.com if you'd like to get a copy.
I love poetry. Finally, what do you see in the future for your YouTube channel, YouTube online career? And I believe you're doing legacy at the moment. You can maybe tell us about that. What do you think of that? Why are you doing that?
What do I see in the future for your YouTube online career? Well, what do I see for my online YouTube career in the future? Well, I'm hoping that, you know, that I'll get discovered on YouTube as an author, and then I get more subscribers and more, you know, friends, and just get a lot of good people, you know, on my channels to support me and back me 100% on what it is that, you know, on what it is that I do. I write poetry, you know.
Thanks for coming, Mike. Craig SCHABER, and maybe we can do this again sometime because some interesting answers there. And thanks for sharing.
So, you know, and I want to say thanks again for having me on this interview, and until next time, peace, y'all. It was fun.
Subscribe to Craig SCHABER, SCHABER Craig.